Washington.
This is boy, Martin for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is boy Jamar here once again, and we're here to recap this week's episode of the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion. Wasn't really much to it, to be honest. It was just a rehash of a lot of the stuff that we already previously talked about. So you know that last week was when Hazel Lee came into the room and it was her and Masika. Now I'm thinking they was about to do like a little bit of fisticuffs, but nah. Hazel came on there and been like, hey, what was all the stuff you was talking about? You know, what's up? And Masika, more often than not, was just like, look, either it's going to be her on the camera or me on the camera. We're not about to be both. I'm not about to be breathing the same air as her. I'm just not about to do it. Regardless of what you say. So she was exiting off of the stage. And so Nia was asking her, like, well, why do you have such a problem with Masika? And she said, well, this all went back to an interview that she had where she was like, you know, Masika who pretend like she doesn't know who I am and this, that, and the fourth. And she was talking about my record. And Masika was saying, well, you were saying how Fetty Wap isn't my baby daddy. And they were just, I guess the whole record and the saying stuff about the baby. And then they asked, like, do you know Fetty Wap? And she said, I don't know Fetty Wap. And Masika was like, exactly, you've never met him. But she was like, well, we just did a song together. Like, you don't necessarily have to meet to do a song together. Now, that is actually kind of true. A lot of times, it's not uncommon for artists to never have met each other, but probably like their label, like if they're label mates or if they have, you know, a connection with another artist's management, and so they want to send a song over to them to see if they will be willing to collaborate. And the two artists don't never have to actually be in the same space to make the song, but they can, you know, record vocals, send it back and forth. It's the most inauthentic way that people do collaborations, but it's been done and it's not uncommon, basically. So I'm not surprised if that is true. But that was their whole little segment. I don't know why they even bothered to bring Hazel Lee. Hazel Lee came back like the last episode of the season. So, yeah. So next we get to this Willie, Shonda. I almost forgot her name, child. That's a shame. And Keisha, whatever the side girl name who was on there for like one episode and a half. So they brought her back and they was asking her like the whole thing about what happened and their whole relationship and what have you. Kaisha, or whomever this girl is just screaming. All she keeps saying is, are you kidding me? Don't deny my baby. We was in a relationship for 12 years, but then we were on and off for 12 years. Every time you was mad at her, you came to me and all this other stuff. And Willie was like, I mean, on one hand, you kind of can't completely, you know, take Willie's word for it. Because he did say that he did mess with her that one time, and I guess at a Red Roof Inn or something. Do they still have Red Roofs Inn? Because I don't see them no more. Usually when I'd be riding about, I would see them every now and then. I don't see them no more. Maybe it's just in certain parts of the country. But apparently there was some text messages, and then Jason Lee got into it and said something about all he wanted to, all the text messages was he was trying to look at her pink, you know, and she was trying to, I'm trying to be PG, y'all. How can I say this? She wanted to, I can't think of a PG way to say it. You know, she wanted to, you know, use her third hole, you know, all up in this area, on his area. So, oh God, I can't wait till I gotta do that no more. I can't wait till I gotta do that no more. So yeah, and so more often than not, it just made it seem like homegirl was, you know, blowing smoke out her behind, talking about how they had this whole alleged relationship. They may have messed around one time. They may have done some exchanging of text messages a time or two, but that's about it. That's about it. I mean, they said she was pregnant at the same time. I'm not sure how true that is. I don't know, because I can't, what is it just Keisha? I'm just going to call it Keisha, because we ain't going to never see her again anyway. I'm sure the homegirl just had to do what she had to do to emphasize Willie and Shonda's storyline, because Last season, they were dry. All they had was some sort of money problems, and really that was about it. And I don't even remember what they did with that. So they need us to have something to kind of liven things up or give them something to have a reason to be on the show, basically. So I think that's what she did. She just had to come and be some random girl. We didn't even remember who she was or her name. She just had to come up there, especially at the reunion. What? She just had to come up there and be loud and give them something to do, basically. I'm just like, well, I guess, yeah. So they revisit this Brandy, Masika, Moniece thing, and as Brandy was trying to defend herself, I guess in regards to Masika having a song with Max or producing a song with Max or whatnot, saying does she have power over what a person or what Max works with? Now, I mean, on one hand, and I think the people that were involved or that were asked this question we had the same idea. Like, I mean, on one hand, you want to not be disrespectful, but on the other hand, like, you can't, just because you don't like a girl doesn't mean that you can dictate whether or not that I work with her. Like, you have to have a dignified reason, like you feel like she's done something, or there's proof that she might do something. Like, you just can't be jealous and of any female that I would work with and just think that that's going to be okay. Like, no. So, and it was funny because when they asked Lyrica, like, do you monitor everything that A1 does in the studio? She was like, absolutely. Absolutely. And he was like, that's my wife, but if Beyonce come to me and be like, we got to get this money. Now, Beyonce would never associate herself with love and hip hop. This is why it was interesting as to why Brandy felt the need to bring Beyonce, Solange, Whitney. Like she said was it last season or this one? I can't remember when she was talking. First mentioned that she was Whitney's goddaughter. I mean, godchild though? Like, anybody can say that they're I don't want to necessarily take away from whatever relationship she may have had with Whitney, but I would need more than just her saying it to believe that Beyonce and Solange had anything to do with anybody that's associated with a VH1 Mota Scott production. I need to see a receipt that I need more. And plus, when she was in the confessional, she referred to Beyonce as Bae, as in B-E-Y. That is not. I don't ever understood why that was ever the case. Like, it's short for Beyonce. Just B, not Bae. Just B. I don't see where the confusion. Yeah, lastly, because I told this is going to be really, really short, because there wasn't really much to their reunion other than what we've already talked about. When they revisited the whole Lyrica's mom and A1's mom and the whole beef and this, that, and the fourth, apparently they've mended. They're cool now, no issues. But they asked the question, did she ever get that liposuction? And she said, well, no, but it was interesting enough was that A1 got liposuction. And we like, what? And so he was like, look, she wanted to get a boob job. She really wanted to get a boob job. And I felt like it was more comfortable for her to be like, hey, we can go into surgery together. And I'll go ahead and get something done so you can get something done and I'll feel bad about it. And honestly, I feel like that's probably was just like the most slick way to get liposuction. And you may have not felt comfortable with your midsection or wherever section you got, a lot of fat in. And you're about to go on TV. And that's probably like the best way to kind of ask for it without having to be like, I guess, is it taboo for a man to ask for plastic surgery? I think so, because you don't really hear much about men doing liposuctions and just plastic surgery in general. That's typically something that women do. Not that men don't do it, but it's just not reported often. I don't think. I haven't seen it. But that was pretty much it. He done got him some liposuction. She done got her boob job, and everybody's cool. So that was pretty much the reunion, y'all. There wasn't really much else to it. Which is usually the bad thing about like love and hip hop reunions. Atlanta reunions, like Real Housewives Atlanta reunions, are usually really, really good. But Love and Hip Hop reunions are usually, you know. But irregardless, we still here. But then you got next week. Yeah, next week they start in the Love and Hip Hop New York season 7. And if y'all know me, I never really cared too much for the New York chapter. I'll be here when Atlanta comes back. I'll be here when Houston comes, because Houston, that's my own little state right now. So I'm gonna see what they're gonna do with Houston. And there's a couple people that I know from the Houston that I've seen on other shows, so that'll be interesting. But I'm about to go ahead and catch this Bad Girls Club episode and come right back for that. Before I go, if you guys have not checked out I'd uploaded at this point 2 videos of me playing the Five Nights at Freddy's Steam game. It's like a horror game based off animatronics jump scares. It's really, really fun. And if y'all ever want to see me be terrified and scream, go back and check out those videos. I'll probably just upload a lot more. I want to just not give this pigeonhole the channel. I just want to upload something of me doing something or talking about something. I'm just going to put it up. I don't want to stick to just plain reviews the whole time because, I don't know, I want to do something different. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.